Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
Cuando me cambia de móvil, me dan un iPhone 16 Pro. Me ayudan a pagar.
What's up, Panda? I guess it depends on the reason why we do it. I understand what you mean, how it used to be kind of therapeutic, but now it becomes stressful or not quite as fun, but I guess that's why we have to find reasons to make it fun, ways to make it fun, even if we're doing parts that are not the fun stuff. Alice Pierce, why am I doing this? Why am I doing what? Let's define our parameters of our question before we answer. Alice Pierce, that is a personal question that I don't feel like needs to be talked about right here. Hey Zane X, Zane XD, are you there? Can you hear me? Zane X, kiss my ass and get lost. Well, you know. People can just move on. Yeah. People just can't handle shit. Fatal J, what's up, my brother? Angels of the Renaissance? Panda, this is not the final page. This is I'm on the final pages, but this is not the final page. Fatal J, I've seen the like behind the scenes where they're on site, on set, and running around. You got Tila in that. It's not like it's a bad outfit, but it just doesn't seem to fit the Masters of the Universe. I know they can't exactly go with the cartoon version, but I don't know. I'm really kind of iffy on this thing. I'll just wait until more of it comes out, but it's like, why are they setting it on Earth again? Yeah, Panda, it's yeah, I'm after this page there's maybe 2 or 3 more, and then that's it. The art is done as far as penciling it. Angels of the Renaissance. This is just the parody sequel book that I've been working on for the last several months. Yeah, Jay, it needs to be on Eternia. Even, I mean, I guess I'm pretty sure that they're not going to stay on Earth, but why are we wasting any time on Earth when it should just all be in Eternia? Like, it seems so obvious, but maybe the director will blow us away. I don't know. You know, I don't even know who's directing it, but I don't know. I bet they'd blow it again. That would suck. Jesus Munoz, hello, how's it going? Angels of the Renaissance. I've been watching your art. You do all that anime kind of inspired stuff. Right? I've been seeing your stuff. I think have you been posting on the Discord, or did I find you on Instagram. Yeah, I can tell, but if your work is the stuff I've been following just recently, it's shockingly good, man. It's inspiring stuff. You've been drawing for 35 years? Well, it shows. Oh yeah, Angel. I mean, I like drawing comics, but I'm always drawing female figures. That's always fun. Yeah, it's always fun. Yes, it is. Hey, Mario, listen to all the stuff you like and grew up on? Yeah. When music was good? I Like Turtles says, what the hell is this? Well, it's a comic about a medical doctor, and he's doing a physical exam. It's an important service. MR, I'd be 100% fine with that. No one's paying me for shit anyway, so I might as well, you know, draw what I want to draw. If I can create a niche that people would want to pay me for, that'd be nice. You knew I'd say that. Gnarly Bros. Hey Rob, haven't seen me in a while because I'm AQ Comics. If you don't remember, I don't specifically remember, but I see a lot of names, so if I don't specifically recall, don't take it personally. My philosophy is that I ain't getting paid. Yeah, no one's paying me anything. And I'm too old at this point to be like worrying about maybe I could get that gig. And I don't want to like piss off the wrong people because I drew some titties or something like that. It's like, I'm a year and a half away from 50. And like, who fucking cares? I'm gonna draw the stuff that I want. You been a fanboy in the distance, gnarly bros? Oh, I'll take all comers. Yeah, Panda, you're pushing forward to the days of one day I'll work in the comic industry over. You know, the thing is, you can build up your own kind of audience, and if you have consistency and, you know, if your art's good, you can create your own audience anyway. So, I'm not worried about Marvel hiring me. I don't fucking care about that. I mean, it'll never happen, but I mean, if they were to call, I'm not acting like I wouldn't, you know, take it seriously, obviously, but I'm not expecting that ever. MR, are you asking me that? Have I seen your work before? So you don't have like a social media anything, like not an Instagram page? I mean, I assume, like, I don't know if you're on a computer or a phone or anything like that. If you have a phone, you could at least have like an Instagram page or something like that and just snap pictures and post it. That's all I do. Well, MR, I can't really give I mean, you can draw anything you want. I don't know if I can't tell you I'd use anything if I haven't seen your stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, Panda, as much as you don't care for that soft rendered romance stuff, I tried using Webtoons. I put up my first issue of the Master's End stuff. I didn't like the format. I don't like, you know, the way it looked. I'm like, I was going to maybe try and put everything on there, but it was too much of a pain in the ass. So I was like, no, I'm not doing this Webtoon thing. Mauricio. Yeah, Panda, again, I didn't give it a fair shot. I just didn't like the format. Plus, everything looked like anything that got any kind of viewership over there was manga inspired. And I'm like, well, no one's going to look at my shit anyway. So I'm like, I don't care, you know. I want to have my Master's End comic online. I want a free website where people can just go onto it, and it doesn't need to be flashy or have anything, but I just want to have like all the chapters laid out, and you can click on chapter 1 and let's bring up the entire book, and a person can flip through it and read it. But it was a pain in the ass to format the stuff for webtoons. I didn't like it. So Corey Sims, what am I drawing? I was telling others I am drawing a comic that's a medical drama where a doctor does examinations, pelvic exams and such. It's a free service to superheroes.
Feeling healthy, dilate, and down. Making a dinner that makes their whole day. And giving your best friend the best experience for their best life. Science is Panda, do I have any opinions about Global Comics? You haven't spent too much time. I've never heard of that. So I have no idea what it is.
AQ Comics. Yeah, I use Comic Wellsprings. That's what I've used for everything I've done so far, and they've been very helpful, and I like them. I have no problems with them. I'd recommend them. Corey Sims, am I going to review any DC comics in the future? I mean, I've just done some. Yesterday was Batman. I know it's been a minute. I did Invasion from DC. Old McFarlane thing. Batman again. I don't have a lot of DC comics, so I don't have a lot to say about DC. And I don't have Astro City. I've never collected it, so I don't have it. If I ever get my hands on it one of these days, I mean, anything I get my hands on eventually will end up on the channel, probably. I don't have everything, and I do have a budget. Especially these days, since I'm stupid. Oops. But yeah, I use Comic Wellsprings, and I like them a lot. Renaissance, you watched my Fighting American? Yeah, it was kind of, it's an interesting little weird artifact out there in the universe. AQ Comics, have you done a comic collection vid just showcasing your man cave? Well, I mean, I don't really have a man cave. I've just got this little room that I'm in, and I've kind of wanted to show my little art room here, but I really felt like I needed to clean it and organize it, and so I started weeks ago, maybe months ago, and the more I tore it apart and then kept trying to organize, and I kept finding other stuff, I'm like, I don't know where to put this, because my room is like overflowing with comics, because I keep bringing them in from my storage shed outside, and so I'm just buried under shit. It's a workspace, but it's just a mess. I don't have nearly enough space in this little room, so shit piles up, and I'm kind of embarrassed to show it, is the problem. Corey Sims, you got a question for me? What's the favorite video that I did? That's hard to answer. Like, do I have a favorite video? Honestly, if I had to say what is the favorite video for me that I've done, about a year ago, my brother and I, my younger brother, we sat down and did an audio commentary for Howard the Duck. And I revisit that several times because I'm just laughing at our dumbasses having a good time with this Howard the Duck movie. So I revisit that one personally because it's just me and my brother just being goofballs talking about this movie that we love. Beyond that, I don't really think of my videos in terms of which one do I like. I like it when they get a lot of views. Like, the last Youngblood comic, the Liefeld one, it's up into the 5,500 view range, so that's nice. I like when it gets a lot of traction, but Panda, your man cave is connected to the area where the cats use a litter box? Ugh, that'd be awful. AQ Comics, how long have I been collecting? I mean, I started when I was 12 or 13, and just did it religiously for years. In the last 10 years, it's slowed down significantly to almost nothing. But I collected about 15 or 16 long boxes. So I've got quite the pile of stuff. I was actually worried when I started this channel that I'd burn through everything I've got really quick, but that is definitely not the case. I need to get together with my brother again and do some more video commentary. We want to do the Transformers animated movie. We want to do the Ninja Turtles live action movie. This god-awful musical called The Pirate Movie from back in the 80s that we both love. It's widely considered one of the worst movies ever made, and we love it. Yeah, that movie was like one of those like cultural, significant, iconic movies for me as a kid. And I wasn't even a fan of the Turtles because I didn't even know comic books of the Turtles existed. I had no idea. I knew of the cartoon, and I was kind of soft on it. Like, it was okay, but it was not my favorite for sure. But I kind of liked the concept of the Ninja Turtles, and that movie, it took it seriously. It wasn't like a jokey bullshit thing like the cartoon was, which the cartoon has to be that way. But that first Ninja Turtle movie took it so seriously, and I loved it. It was like my favorite movie. I could probably quote the Ninja Turtle movie line for line. So yeah, my brother and I, we keep talking about getting together to do a commentary conversation about the original Ninja Turtle movie, in addition to several others. Mauricio, am I going to review Divine Right? Oh yeah, I'm always going to do anything Jim Lee related. So I've still got the first Hush series. If I ever collect the second Hush series, which I'm not really excited to do because it just looks boring. But yeah, but I'm not gonna do I'm gonna do them like one at a time. So I'm right now. I mean, I was doing Wildcats, that type of stuff with Jim Lee, but now I'm doing the Batman books, the All-Star Batman. So I'll get to it. I've got those. Panda, you are not kidding, dude. I remember, I think I was hearing about, or maybe my mother was telling me something she'd read about the sequel to the Ninja Turtle movie, which was a massive success. And they were like, you know, kids watch these movies, and we don't want them to think using weapons is the way to solve your problems or whatever. So they made a soft-ass, silly, jokey bullshit sequel, which still has some moments that are kind of okay. But compared to the first, I mean, the first one was relatively speaking, kind of violent. I mean, they beat the piss out of Raphael violently, like almost killing him, you know? And it had themes of like family and, you know, brotherhood and fatherhood. It was really good. It resonated with me, and I think it's absolutely perfect. Like, there's never been a good Ninja Turtle movies since the first one. At least on that level. Yeah, I mean, The Secret of the Ooze, yeah, there's some moments in it. I like that in The Secret of the Ooze, I feel like they focused on, like, Donatello was kind of the focus character. Like, Raphael was the one in the first movie. But it was kind of Donatello, and he was a little bit of a badass. They let him use his weapon. You know, he beat the shit out of some people with his big old bow staff. And there's some jokes that I still laugh at. I mean, as dumb as it is, when they're like trying to find Raphael in that construction area, and they're like, it's quiet. Yeah, a little too quiet. And then they're like, there's Raph. Yeah, a little too Raph. Like, it's so stupid, but for real, I still laugh at it. And Casey Jones in the first Turtle movie, he was cool, man. His little interactions with April O'Neil, that was fun. The pizza pole. It makes you wanna, yeah, for real. And you know what? Splinter as a character in the first Ninja Turtles movie, he come across as a wise sensei master, but also a caring father. And I loved, for me personally, I was kind of I don't want to say that I was a angry kid, but I felt like it was profoundly misunderstood. Just no one got me. The artistic guy in me, and then my older brother was like the cool kid that everyone liked, and I was the goofy weirdo. And so I felt a lot of internal anger. So in that first Ninja Turtle movie, when Splinter catches Raphael coming back from the fight with Casey Jones, and he forces him to sit down and talk about his feelings, he says, I have tried to channel your anger, but more remains. You know, turned inward, it's an unconquerable enemy. And Raphael is sitting there crying as his father just reaches out and touches him and says, I am with you, my son. Like, you know, as a kid I liked it, but as I get older, it like resonates. I'm like, they're really saying something for a kids movie about Ninja Turtles. And boy, did they all go to hell after that. Yeah, Panda, I kind of think so. I mean, most artists that I know, most creatives, feel like they're misunderstood. And that was certainly me as a kid. I felt like no one got me. And I didn't ever act out. I wasn't like a rage monster, but I felt like I wanted to. Because just no one understood me. Chicks didn't dig me. I liked things that no one else did. And then I hear people say every kid goes through this, but I don't believe that. There's some kids that just like breeze through school like everything's just perfect. So I don't know. AQ Comics, your name is Donnie. Mike McMahon, what's up, brother? And then in the Turtles movie, even the character, the kid Danny, that, you know, joined the Splinter or the Shredder group because he wasn't connecting with his father. that was me too as a kid. Like, I love my father, but he was going through some weird shit, and I just felt like he didn't get me either. So we butted heads all the time. Ugh, pardon me while I hiccup. So, you know, the scenes where Danny's like a punk kid, and I don't know. It all just worked. It all worked. So yeah, all that to say, the first Ninja Turtle movie and Raphael's kind of story arc of being angry and butting heads, like, especially also another parallel, the more I think about this, the way that Raph was always butting heads with Leonardo, because Leonardo's like the de facto perfect older brother of the group, and my older brother, like, we were buds, like, you know, we were together all the time, we grew up together, but he, especially as we got older, he just seemed to always have all the answers, and he did everything right, and my parents just thought he was perfect, and I was just this weirdo goofball that, you know, so we had, like, I think, age-appropriate butting of the heads, me and my older brother, but it, you know, I felt like, why does he get everything? Why does he figure out everything so easily? Why does he always have the answers? Why is he always so confident? And my dumbass is over here doubting everything, trying to be a wallflower in a group party, trying to look comfortable sitting in a corner observing a potted plant. And then when I try to branch out and kind of becomes a little bit more sociable, it always backfires, because I always, again, this is when I was a kid, a teenager, you know, it always backfired, and I fucked up everything, and I just felt more embarrassed and stupid. So, yeah, Raphael butting heads with Leonardo, that was another element to the story that, you know, stuck with me. Corey said, this sounds like me all my life, every day. Or nobody ever gets me. Chicks wasn't digging me. High school is literally prison. It can feel like that. Yeah, the song in the background. That's one of the things that I love the Ninja Turtle movie. I bought the soundtrack, the music, and some of the score on cassette tape. Another parallel to how the Ninja Turtle movie is significant to me. It kicked off my drawing, I was going to say career, but that doesn't sound right. Before the Ninja Turtle movie, I wasn't anybody who ever drew. I didn't think that I could draw. I wasn't an artist. But I got the soundtrack on cassette tape, and then in the soundtrack cassette tape, you open it up, and out of the cassette tape was a sticker of the Ninja Turtles back to back on a roof fighting getting ready to fight I almost said the Hand, the Foot Clan. And so I just, out of the blue, one day sat down and just, with a piece of like old typing paper, just reproduced it by looking at it. I was never the artist. And I was like, whatever age, so 1990s, I think, is when the Turtle movie came out. So I was 13, my oldest son's age right now. I just reproduced that Ninja Turtle sticker, and I was like, I can draw. I was like, look, Mom and Dad, look, I can draw. And they're like, yeah, it looks like you can. So from there on, I never looked back. I kept going. I was drawing. I was picking up comics, and just from then on, I was doodling all the time, and I never stopped. So the Ninja Turtle movie also kicked off my interest in drawing, which is why I've said for a long time that I was a late bloomer to being an artist, because everyone I know that draws was always drawing from the time they were way, way young. That was not me. Montoya, what's going on? Yeah, the Technotronic song. Yeah, and I still have my Turtles soundtrack on cassette tape. It's one of my like prized childhood possessions. And then that drawing that I'm talking about, that turtle one that I reproduced from that sticker, it's my first drawing, so it's like my most prized artistic possession, you know. This is one of those songs I always loved as a kid. It had kind of a sick beat, you know what I mean? This reaction is typical. I'ma make you feel. Get up and party. And this soundtrack just takes me back to my childhood. I would play it on. I was lucky enough. My parents got me my own little stereo that I had in my room, and I would just play it nonstop. And then like I said, I was learning to draw, so I'd be sitting down, getting out my Uncanny X-Men comics or whatever I had at the time, and trying to reproduce these things. I was creating my own characters for the first time. It was just like I was taking off. I found the thing that is me. And it honestly starts with this movie because I love the Turtles. I bought the soundtrack. I started drawing. And I was able to connect my love of reading comics to my newfound hobby of drawing. And here I am, a 48-year-old man. Nothing's changed. Yeah, Renaissance brings me back to that time for real. Boy, I'm really spending a lot of time on this figure. I want this to look good. So I'm spending a lot of time on this part. MR, yeah, there's a Discord channel for anyone interested. I can post a link to it if you need on my YouTube page. Well, thanks. And the thing that I'm doing specifically
At Floor and Decor, timeless hardwood
is I'm trying to do everything on this page, well, all of them mostly, but everything from memory, like no photo referencing. And this is a tricky angle on a human body, so I'm like trying to make it work. Thanks, Angels. Appreciate it. Yeah, right, Panda? The song at the end? It's just such a well-made movie. I can't believe that they nailed that Ninja Turtles movie in the 90s so damn perfectly. Like, somebody had vision, man. Montoya, how far along am I? I'm about, after this page, I'm about 2, maybe 3 pages from the end of the drawing of the book. At least as far as the pencils. You know, inks is another thing. Mauricio, did I watch the Vanilla Ice movie? I watched like a clip show showing the best parts. Holy God, was that awful. Schling and Schlong. Cool as Ice. What a terrible movie. Mike, we would have been besties. I think you're probably right. I think we got a lot of similar likes, man. Yeah, it was so bad you couldn't stop watching it. Yeah, it's just the worst. But yeah, listening to this kind of makes me want to watch the Turtle movie. Maybe I should force my kids to watch it. And see, I don't have a connection to Cool as Ice. I never saw it, so I don't really give a shit. Oh my God, Panda, if I had a time machine, if I could get a DeLorean, get it up to 88, man, would I go back. The half shells are the heroes for in this day and age. Who could ask for more? Crime wave is high with mugs mysterious. All police and detectives were furious because they couldn't find the source of this lethally evil force. This is serious. Don't be a reporter. I was a witness. Get me a reporter. Get it. O'Neill, get on this case. Yeah, you better hurry up. There's no time to waste. Quick on the double. Have pity on the city. Man, we're in trouble. Quick on Ranger, like Tonto, Camponto. He would be there in half an hour because they displayed turtle power. And you know what I liked about the Turtles, in addition to all these things, is they focused on, like, being the good guy. Determined to put these crooks in jail. But before she knew it, she fell in the trap and got caught. She was all alone, with no friends and no phone. Poor strange, because he was cornered by some wayward teens, headed by Shredder. They were anything but good. Misguided, unloved, they call him the Foot. Get them out of the dark. My awesome sound. Shout a cowabunga as they hit the ground. The heroes rescued the flower because they possessed turtle power. This song is slapping. Oh shit. power. Shell, they're on a mission. The enemy wishing that they stayed at home instead of fighting these ninja warriors with moves like lightning. Without a meeting, splinters the teachers surveil the students, but you're not allowed to alone. Make up the team with one other fellow, Raphael. He's a leader of the group, transformed from the norm by the nuclear group. Sure to please, these ninjas are in for pepperoni and cheese. Ninjas not just of the body, but of the mind. Step on the foot. Yeah, Angels, the Batman song that Prince did, Bat Dance. What a weird. Protect the weak. Fight for rights and our freedom to speak. Evil moves fast, but good moves faster. Confrontation. Ain't no sour, just rely on your. T-L-E, Teenage Mutant. Oh yeah, I knew the California Raisins. Who couldn't? Like, they were everywhere. That commercial. In fact, that was probably my first exposure to that song. Hell yeah. That was normally the end to the first side of the cassette tape. So then you had to get over, fast forward it to the end, just to get rid of that little dead space, flip it over, and then this one started. I gotta back it up. I love the beginning to this song. Every day you're looking at the evening news. What you see, just the same old story. Depressing information always hits you in the face. Tell me when will. Yeah, this song from 1990 talking about when will the horrible news end. Just never will. Corey Sims, I'm a pretty chill, cool guy. Well, I mean, that's what my mom always told me. My mom said I'm cool. You used to fight with your dad whether or not the Raisins wrote that song. Thanks, Montoya. Future, we gotta get together right away. Some are black and some are white. Who's wrong and what's right? Tear down the fences, get I like this song. Yeah, that's a good song. It's gooning time. Can someone explain to me what that means? I'm so unhip to the new lingo of the youth. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Like great villain music right here. Just Google it. Fair. Yeah, Panda, I know that line exactly. You are here because the outside world rejects you. This is your family. I am your father. We have a new enemy. Well, I'm really mad. I looked up the definition of gooner. Depending on if this... Oh my gosh. That's funny. So Mason Cook, are you saying the irony is that I'm worse than Liefeld? Or is it going to be just take off? The light box because I've done all the light boxing I need to do on that. Mason Cook, you got nothing else to say? cake test tube. I've never heard that phrase before, but I think I'm going to have to adopt it into my daily dialogue. Oh, that's hilarious.
I too once had a family, Daddy. Many years ago, I lived in Japan. A pet of my master Yoshi,
Mimicking his movements from my cage.
and learning of the
Mysterious hawk ninja soup.
For Yoshi was one of Japan's finest chaperons. His only rival was a man named
Oroku Sake.
and taken to it in all things was not more fierce for the mouth of a woman.
Also, for a kids movie, for them to actually have a scene in the movie where, like, a guy just straight up murders a girl and her husband, you know, that was pretty dark, but it was pretty awesome.
Saki found vengeance. I remember it well. As my master returned home to find his beloved Shin lying on the floor. And then he saw her killer. Saki wasted no words, and during the struggle, my gaze was broken. I leapt to Saki's face, fighting and clawing, but he threw me to the floor and took one swipe with his katana, slicing my ear. Then he was gone, and I was alone. For 15 years now, we have lived
I am not a Pearl Jam fan. That's true. I'm not a Pearl Jam hater, though.
my master Yoshi, mimicking his movements.
So, you know, it's all about degrees.
Ninja. When we were forced to come to New York, I found myself for the first time without a home, wandering the sewers,
That was fast.
scavenging for whatever I could find. And then, one day, I came upon a shattered glass jar and 4 baby turtles.
That was us.
The little ones were crawling into a strange glowing ooze from a broken canister nearby. I gathered them up in an old coffee can, and when I awoke the next morning, I received a shock, for they had doubled in size. I too was growing, particularly in intellect. I was amazed at how intelligent they seemed, but nothing could prepare me for what happened next.
One of them spoke.
More words followed, and I began to believe that all I had done was my master. Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael.
I'm not dreaming, am I?
What's for dinner? Shop Smith. For appetizing ingredients and big savings, like $600 in digital coupons and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump.
Smith, fresh for everyone.
Panda, the movie actually consolidated the origin story in the comics, but it's slightly different. But the 90-minute film makes more
When you're
sense.
making a hearty beef and roasted potato dish, your pups are just gonna love. See, that's where we got you covered.
Yeah, I got to read a version of the original turtle story, and I saw the kind of comparisons. But yeah, when I was younger, it took me a long time to understand that there were Ninja Turtle comics and that was their origin, and I never saw them on shelves anywhere. I don't know if I've ever heard that song. Maybe I should look it up one of these days.
I traded my broken phone for a Galaxy S25 Plus on T-Mobile, and with what we're saving, we splurged on a Latina.
Yeah, that was all of the Ninja Turtle soundtrack. Hey, thanks, Test Tube. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, Mike, I had this on cassette too. I still have it somewhere. The old cassette to the animated Transformers, which the music is done by the guy who did Rocky 4, so that's why it sounds similar to like Ivan Drago. Ivan Drago, Unicron, it's all the same. is another movie I could probably quote to you line for line, word for word. No, sorry, Mike. Where am I looking at on the Discord? Because you didn't tag me, so what channel am I looking for? Yeah, Panda, it's totally the same composer, so...
There are a lot of ways for toddlers to start learning.
Oh, wait, there it is. Yes, oh, shit.
But there's only one way for them to start off big.
Mike, yeah, there it is. I still have mine. Let me pause this.
Is knowing what counts.
Son of a bitch. Yes, that shot right there. I was talking about how the soundtrack had this sticker inside the cassette tape of the Turtles. They're back to back on the roof to fight the Foot Clan. And I just one day sat down randomly and just reproduced the Turtles. And this is it. What's crazy is that my sticker, I still have it. I never peeled it off and stuck it anywhere. I have this thing with stickers where I can't take them off and put them on anything because I know the place I choose it is its final resting place, and I won't want it there later. So I never took it off and stuck it. So I still have it in essentially pristine condition, but that is the shot. I think I drew Shredder in mine. But yeah, the Turtles back to back. That shot, that's what got me started drawing MR Me Too with the stickers. I just can't do it. But yeah, I remember sitting down and just reproducing these Turtles. And relatively speaking, for someone who didn't think he could draw, I was like, I can draw. And I never looked back. That's it. All right. Damn, that is awesome. Yep. Yeah, I got it tucked away somewhere. That's awesome. Mike, thank you for sharing that, man. That's exactly it. MR, I have 0 tattoos because I just know that one, as an artist, I can't put anyone else's art on me. And then I can't design my own tattoo because I don't like anything I've ever done enough to want to put it on me permanently. So I have no tattoos. Everyone I know, literally everyone, I can't think of one human being that I know in my life outside of my parents who don't have a tattoo. So I stand out in as much as, like, I'm the guy without tattoos. When I was growing up, people with tats were like unique one-offs. Now it's literally every person on the planet. I'm not judging. I don't care. The only thing that I've actually considered doing is I've got paper where I had my boys write their names in their scratchy, like, terrible young kid writing. And I thought about getting my boy's name in their own handwriting tattooed on my arm or something like that. That's the only thing that I might do that I've ever really seriously considered. Mike McMahon, you drew him all the time. The comic version, it was Leo fighting the Foot on the rooftop. I redrew those scenes in my own Ninja Guy sketchbook. Yeah. Yeah, I after the movie, the Turtles movie, I was really into them.
Stitch is a global phenomenon.
Yeah, see, someone's saying me and you too, man. Like, I've never seen a piece of artwork where I'm like, I want that on me forever, like permanently. Kind of like someone said. I don't think I'd be happy with almost anything long term. I might like it today. There's stuff that I loved years ago. I thought was the coolest thing I'd ever seen that I'm like, I'm kind of soft on now. I couldn't possibly put it on me permanently. Thanks, Mike. It's good to chat you up, man.
Pacific returns, Megatron.
And tribal tattoos, yeah. Isn't that still kind of a thing? Tribal tattoos I'm kind of fine with. It's kind of like patterns like that. Depending on the tramp, I'm okay with the stamp. Angel, you talk about this top panel? I kind of like the blasting shot. Well, it's a girl, but yeah. I want to have a lot of textures on that vaporizing, a lot of ink splatter and scratchy, you know, J-Lee kind of stuff, but can't really do that in pencil, so yeah, I kind of like that arm coming forward and the gun and the look on his face, and the guy's cradling his dick in a jar. You make sure he doesn't get it blasted off. I kind of had fun with that one.
Whoa. Drop that shit.
What we haven't done in a while is a flip through of the entire art. Well, shit. Digging the blast coming from the gun. Yeah, again, once I do the inking, well, me or Chuck Gibson, whichever one, you know, if he wants to do this page, he gets to choose. But we'll have it a nice big glow. All right, let's oh yeah, laser fag. Well, look at this right here. All that. Minus about 2 or 3 pages, this is all the artwork in pencil, some ink, for the entire book. Let's do a flip through, because why not?
It will actually help protect the enemy for a lifetime.
I'm kind of nibbling on a dinner that I ordered on the side. I'm just kind of nibbling on it real quick. But page 1 is a recap of the actual book that I'm doing the parody of, that just kind of explains the important elements of what happened in the Liefeld book that I'm doing the parody of. MR, that was a song for the Transformer movie where Hot Rod and Daniel were fishing. Now they jump up, like, the shuttle's coming, let's watch it land. Talk about dull, Daniel. Reposition this so I get everything in. Oh yeah, the animated movie from 80, what? 5, 86, whatever it is. Yep, this is where they get together. This is where he gets his Shatterstar swords. Oh yeah, I've got a couple pages of Chuck's inks on this page pulled out, printed out. Yep, there's a side-by-side comparison of Chuck's inks and my pencils. I don't know what happened. You say the sound got better? Sometimes it just goes back and forth. I don't know what. It's just my old crappy cell phone that I use here, so. And it's muffled again. I wish I could explain why. Well, I've got it right, literally right next to me. Anyway. The bad guys. We got Kill Snap, Bo Bitch, and I can't decide on the robot's name. I want it to be something stupid, like an acronym, but it might just be robot with as an acronym with like little dots in between it, and I'll have some like bullshit acronym for it. I don't know. But they show up. I got Chuck's inks on this page. There's Chuck Gibson's inks on this one. I really like what he did with like the kind of gradient look on the underlining of her body there. Like you could see I tried to, that's what I was going for, and he nailed it there. And look, I put a string on the bow. Isn't that weird? Can't say everybody does that. Gothic Grappy. Hello, how you doing? So that's that page. So these three big villains show up and they're going to kick ass and take names. No. I just have my guy, the guy who got his dick cut off. He's like, we don't have time for this. We got to chase down my dick. Blast him. And so the guy's like, all right, I got you. Boom. Blows away the robot. Gothic Graffy. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching my stuff. I appreciate it. And then I've got, this is the last one I have printed out of Chuck's inks. But there's Chuck Gibson's inks on that one. And, man, he just killed it. Literally. I love the big gun blast. Yeah. And I'd love to see this book colored, but I can't pay anybody to do that. So, unless I have like a massively successful crowdfunder, like a lot, which I won't, and it gives me the opportunity to pay somebody. But we'll see. Chops the girl's bow in half. Thanks, Renaissance. I appreciate it. These are my inks, I should say. This page here and this page here. I'm inking this because me and Chuck talked about splitting the inking duties just so he didn't feel pressured and overwhelmed with doing everything. So I let him kind of pick and choose. But after this, I decided to just pencil the thing to the end, and then I'll worry about inking anything later. But I had fun drawing this bottom panel. Nothing's perfect, but I kind of dig how these come out. So yeah, now he's going to fight the character Kill Snap, which is supposed to be a play on the character Deadlock in the Liefeld book, which is also, he's kind of a play on Wolverine a little bit. So I just had him be like an insane guy diving at him, like doing a crazy, insane, like, I'm going to dive at you, I'm going to kill you. And so my hero guy busts him in the face and then literally chops both his arms off. Like, just severs both of his arms. Had fun with this one up here. Big screamy face. So yeah, chops his arms off. And then so the bad guy's standing there with his arms missing from the elbows down. And so then my hero guy pins him to the wall by stabbing him through the dick into the wall. And he's like pointing at him, berating him. He's like, yeah, I may have stabbed you in the dick, but at least you have one. My girlfriend took mine literally. And so the bad guy just does this screaming, swear word laced tirade right here. I'm going to come up with all kinds of fucked up things for him to say. Just because I like juvenile humor. But yeah, stabs him in the dick to pin him to the wall. And so our hero gets sick of hearing his shit. So then, boom, slices his head off. Panda, I'm just going through the entire book. Slices his head off, and then the girl with the bow and arrow, they give her the opportunity to, like, shut up, give it up, because she's a mercenary. They're like, look, you bounce, you take off, I'll double your pay, but get lost. Like, you leave now. And she agrees. She bounces. So, out of the 3 female characters, she's the one that gets a little respect. The other 2 don't. But so she takes off and leaves. And so this is where, because again, the whole book is going to be, it's going to have it's supposed to be like a fun action book, but also it's all about the gag, the funny, the ridiculousness. So, so once the girl leaves, they're like, all right, we need to contact our teleportation system. And so he gets out his little cell phone, his little Star Trek communicator, and it's going to be like a computerized AI. It's an acronym. It's going to be Scotty. And I've got something worked out. I have this acronym for Scotty. It's like, I can't even remember what it is. I wrote it down somewhere. But the AI is going to have like a Scottish accent, like Scotty, for the teleportation system. It'll work when it reads. But they're going to teleport back. But Dickless Ninja, he's like, no, you want to take me back to the base. I can't. I know you're here to like retrieve me, but we got to go track down my severed dick. So he grabs the communicator and starts fiddling with it to alter the teleportation system, which creates a goof up. So they teleport somewhere where they don't mean to go. So then in this page, they exit the teleportation portal. Dickless Ninja guy, he's like tumbling through the air. They land on the grass, and our cable stand-in character, he's like, God damn it, motherfucker, what are you doing? Yeah, Dickless Ninja. So Dickless Ninja's standing up, and he's like, oh God, someone's doing something with my severed dick. He's like, there's no way that you can feel that. It's not connected to. He's like, no, I do it. I can feel it. They're doing something to it. But then, right then, cable guy, he looks behind him. Another blast of light comes behind him. And we get the introduction of Red Coyote, which he was on page 1. He was down here in the bottom corner. But, he's a mutant bounty hunter, something or other, and he's on the scene. And yes, he's a giant, naked, hairy werewolf monster thing, so his dick's hanging out. It's all about the dicks. Liefeld set this up, so I'm just running with it. So here's Red Coyote. He teleports in. He's like, I'm here to stop you both. I'm here to kick your asses. So, be prepared. So then the next page, I did my best version of like a Rob Liefeld / Eric Larson big, intense punch, swinging punch reaction page. And I've seen Chuck Gibson's inks in progress on this one, and it's looking pretty dang good. He's really bringing this page to life. But I was having fun trying to get like this big ridiculous reaction shot where his back is arced so it looks like he's really getting socked. So then meanwhile, now that the fight started, we transition over to the girl, the ex-girlfriend who chopped his dick off and ran off with it. She's showing up to deliver it to the girl who wanted it. So we get an establishing shot and girl walking into this, it's a rundown warehouse, just like a standard like abandoned warehouse with dark smoke and garbage and debris. And so I'm doing my best to do a ridiculous 90s comic. So she's got a ridiculously like impractical outfit with like she's wearing just the tiniest thong bikini thing. Because how many of the Image comic girl characters back in the 90s had outfits just like this? So I'm trying to like make her look hot and interesting, but also ridiculous. And so she's hiding the dick in a jar behind her back. She's like, I brought you a present. And this girl's like, oh my God, I'm so excited. What do you got for me? So flip it over. And there it is. A redongulus. Right? This is where I get into the adult content really starts kicking in. So there it is in a jar. And so down here, they're looking at it like she's presenting it to her. She's like, yeah, I brought this for you. So they literally open up the jar and take it out. It's so ridiculous. Some of these things, like, being honest, I kind of like was doubting myself on whether or not I should do some of these scenes. But then I'd talk about it in the live streams, and everyone would egg me on and be like, do it, that's brilliant. Because I tell people what I wanted to do, but I was like, I don't know, maybe that's stupid. And everyone was like, no, dude, you got to do it. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess we're doing it. Yeah, pickled that. So they pull it out, and then she literally just starts slapping it around just because it's like this funny thing. She's like, look at this thing. She starts smacking it around. And then the gag is that because it's comic books and they're reanimated dead people, the dick still works, even though it's separated from his body. So she slaps it around, it starts perking up. And they're looking at each other like, there's no physical way this should actually work. This is disgusting. How is this even humanly possible? And then they're going to be like, are you turned on? She's like, I'm totally turned on. And so then they start making out. Because it's stupid. There's only one man that can draw this. Only one man that can make this come to life. So the girls, they start making out. And so we cut back to the fight scene. The cable guy, he manifests the gun and takes a blast at the guy. The red coyote, he dives by it, smashes his gun, slashes him, sends him flying. So then the cable stand-in character, he smashes on the ground. Red coyote kind of cackles at him, gives him a super awesome, socks him in the face uppercut. The music in the background helps, right? Oh, that's funny, dude. I wasn't even making that connection. I'm making you feel like an 8th grader, right? It's juvenile, but I'm like, that's part of the fun. I want it to be stupid. I want you to chuckle and have a laugh at it, is what I want. And I want to just indulge every stupid, dumb impulse I had for this one. So yeah, socks him. Dickless Ninja stands up and he's like, all right, I'm here. So they, the guys that are fighting, they look. And then Dickless Ninja, suddenly he's like, wait, stop, they're doing it again. I can feel it. Somebody's doing something to my part, to my severed dick. He can feel it. So then, the next page is very adult, so anyone underage, avert your eyes and go to bed. So, in between panels of the faces of Dickless Ninja reacting to it, we see the girls using his severed erect dick and doing unspeakable things to it. Because why not? And I kind of like this shot here. And, you know, they're doing naughty stuff to it. And he's like, God damn it, stop it. No, no. He's like, I can tell that's going in somebody's ass. That better not be a man's ass. Because he doesn't know. So, meanwhile, the two guys that are fighting, the Cable Guy and Red Coyote, they're just watching him over here, just like reeling in. He's not reeling in pain. He's feeling two girls playing with his dick, but he can't focus on the fight. And so Red Coyote's like, what the fuck is he doing? And so he kind of explains it to him. And so Coyote's like, you know what? I'm just going to sit down. Like, I need to watch this. This is just too weird. And so the guy's like, yeah, all right. So they both sit down and just watch him freak out for a minute. And then eventually he collapses to the ground, breathing hard. He's like, oh my God. And Coyote's like, all right, well, he's done. I guess that's over. So they just stopped and let him have his little moment while the girls did whatever they're doing. So then they kind of look at each other. He's like, all right, well, that's over. So I guess we're fighting again? He's like, yep. He's like, well, thanks for giving me a pause. He's like, no problem. And then, bam, they go at it again. Just tackle at each other. And this is where Coyote, he crushes the arms of this guy. And we find out that both his arms are cybernetic because he crushes them and then sends them flying. And you can see he's got robotic arms. It's a revelation. Like, we didn't know he had robotic arms. But this character is almost 90% robot anyway. I took the Cable idea where he's like half human, half robot. And he's like almost 95% robot. So, smashed his arms, ripped them off. I've never seen Undercover Brother. So anyway, Dickless Ninja, he's like, okay, all right, I got my shit together. Come on, Coyote, let's go. So all right, they charge. Got a couple of fight scenes here. I was having fun with these, getting in the classic fight poses. And then, that's how we found out Spartan was a cyborg, right? So Coyote comes charging at him, does a leaping shot. I very specifically made a point to show that Red Coyote, he's got a big old hard dick himself, and it presents a target for Dickless Ninja. With his sword, he slices, sends his dick flying through the air. So Coyote, he's on the ground, he's like, you cut my fucking dick off. So he screams in anger, freaks out, grabs Dickless Ninja from the back, is going to crush him. So then I do a repeat of the... God, I forgot. There's a couple of panels I haven't actually finished in these pages. But I do a repeat of the New Mutants / Ronin scene where the guy stabs himself through the chest and through the other guy. Because why not? Stabs him through. I don't know, why would people try to cancel me over it? It's just a parody book. It's just, you know, all in good fun, and everyone does adult violent bullshit anyway, so I don't think it would be a problem. I couldn't imagine why. Why would anyone care? So then Coyote, you know, slashes, you know, they're kind of connected together, so he slashes to separate them, busting the swords. So Coyote's sitting there with the two sword blades sticking out of him. Dickless Ninja's like grabbing himself, putting himself together, does a big twirling motion, and bam, plants the big sword, the other weapon, right in Coyote's head, drops him dead. So now he's just sitting there, wrapped up that scene. I had fun with this face. I kind of like the scene of Dickless Ninja up here. Yep, stabs him in the head. So then his buddy with the robotic arms, he's picked his ass up and he's got his severed robotic arms. Kickstarter doesn't allow not safe for work comics on their platform. Wait, no, that's like 70% of their comics. You know what, Sheldon? I think it's more like 90%. That's funny though, dude. But yeah, so Dickless Ninja, he's standing there, he's all bloody and everything, and Cybernetic guy, his robotic arms just reform themselves. They just kind of click, 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 put themselves back together. So Dickless Ninja rips his bloodied, tattered shirt off. So Cable Guy, he's grabbing the last few of his weapons that are left, and Dickless Ninja, he's picking up Red Coyote's severed dick. He's like, you know what? I'm taking this with me. And he's sitting there holding it, and this guy's like, you're not really taking that thing with you. So then he wraps it around his neck, and they're like, let's get out of here. We gotta go. So he like activates the teleportation portal. Like, let's just go find your fucking severed dick so we can get on with our lives. Let's go. So then we cut back to the two girls that were doing Unspeakable Acts, and they're like, well, that was fun. Now what? I'm literally going to have something like they're just going to say, well, it's time to stand here and pose and look hot, because that's what happens in these comics. So that's why they're standing there posing, looking hot. Teleportation portal opens up behind them, because everyone can teleport everywhere. Our heroes jump in. They finally caught up to his severed dick. There's a panel I have to finish drawing here, but Dickless Ninja guy, he gets his own part back. Yeah, meanwhile. But he starts mouthing off like, who the hell are you? He's like, I know this girl. She's the one who cut my dick off. That's my ex-girlfriend. I'm here to deal with her, but who are you? And so she's going to start telling him that she's some evil witch, and they've crossed a line. They've incurred her wrath, and that they're going to pay for this horrible trespass upon her territory. You're going to regret the day that you ever met me. And so Cable stand-in guy's like, yeah, I've heard enough. Boom! Vaporizes her. So she's done, just gone. And so he's standing here, he's like, all right, wrap this shit up, please, so we can get out of here. So Dickless Ninja, he's like, you bitch, you cut my part off, you severed my body in half, you left me for dead. So Cable Guy is already a funny name. Oh man, I wonder if that's what I should call him. I don't know. So he gets in her face, and she's like, oh baby, come on, it's okay, don't worry, everything's fine. So he's like, all right. So he unmasks himself. We're at the climax of the story. So masked ninja guy, he takes his mask off, and he's just a dude. He's just a guy. And so they have some words back and forth, and of course the girl's gonna like try to use her feminine wiles on him, and she's like, come on baby, you know that we've had a lot of fun before, come on, come on, you remember all the good times. And so they're gonna get close, and they snuggle down here, but she's also gonna say, you've got a severed dick around your neck. Like, can you get rid of that, please? I don't want to be that close to it. So that's where he flings it away here. So they make out. She starts getting naked, taking her clothes off. They're going to get together and do a thing. But of course, we all know he doesn't have his functioning part, so he's like, don't worry, I got things I can entertain you with, babe. And he's going to stick an explosive device somewhere. I'll just leave that open to your imagination. And then he's going to, like, kick her off this box she's on and blow her in half, and then that's going to be the resolution to the story. And then he's going to walk off into the teleportation sunset with the Cable Guy. And the end. Everyone says it's Liefeld, but it's not. It would have been too obvious. I just found like a picture of a guy on the internet to use as like basic reference. Yeah, Rob, not Liefeld. No, he's not going to fridge her. He's going to grenade her in her little girl parts. Doesn't look anything like Liefeld except his hair, sort of. Yeah, grenade, blow her in half, and then the epilogue. You know how when the villain, like, twitches to life like he's still alive? Well, Red Coyote's severed dick, we're going to, like, zoom in on it. It's going to get closer and closer and closer, and then right there at the end, his Red Coyote's severed dick is just going to, like, twitch just a little bit, and it'll be like, the end. Kind of like Magneto in X-Men 3 when he lost his magnetic powers, but then that end credit where he like put his hand towards the chest piece and it slightly moved. Well, yeah, fatality. For better or worse, this is what I've put together. Just an exercise in just having fun. And the dialogue will help sell everything. That's going to be the humor. And then there's going to be a bunch of pinups in the back, a mock letters page, like where people have written into the book. I'm going to have one where my mom writes in to me, and she's going to be very disappointed in this disgusting comic I made. Red Coyote, he takes all comers. He loves all the flavors of the world. But the twitching severed dick is just to imply that he's not dead. And so, if for some reason I did more of this thing later on in the future, he could come back if I wanted to. I'll fuck anything that moves! It's a big childish book, I know, but I'm too far into it to back out now.
We're about to see these 200 bus friends and send out to the future. That's it. Yes, come on. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm not gonna do it. I just, like I said, I want to try a crowdfunder because I could just, like I did with my other stuff, just print up copies and offer it through my, YouTube channel and stuff like that. But I want to give it a shot, see if anybody would give a shit about it, and get some copies out there. I've got some awesome pinups lined up. I've got at least 3 of them done. In theory, 2 more, depending on if the guys are still interested in doing them. A 4th one? No, 3, 4, 5. I might have 6, 7 pinups. Yeah. So it's going to be a big book. Excuse me. It's something going to be like 40 pages. That's something that's important to me. If I'm going to offer up a single issue floppy, I want it to have some substantial amount of work done, so it's a big story. And then, like I said, there's going to be a bunch of pinups in it. I'm going to even do like gag ads for books that don't exist and never will exist, but come up with ridiculous characters, like an old Image comic, like when you're flipping through the old Image books and there's an ad for like, look, Grifter number 1 is coming out. Look, Brigade number 4 is coming out, and Spawn Batman is coming. I'm just going to come up with a bunch of bullshit like ads to kind of put in there, just to pad it a little bit and make it fun. And again, pinups and stuff like that, just to make it feel like a substantial thing. I want it to be worth it to the people that, in theory, would be interested in picking up the book. I don't just want to have it like, it's just 20 pages of the story. Hopefully that's interesting, but then there's nothing in the back to let you get to know the creators. That I hate it when they do that. Do one where it's the opposite of those Atlas ads, meaning like instead of having like a big strong guy, like a fat tubby guy eating pizza and beer. Yeah, MR, what happened to Jimmy Reyes? I'm a little soured on the guy. Like, he was drawing his comic, being a badass, and then he went silent, and then he found Jesus hardcore and was posting nothing but, like, Jesus spiritual stuff, which is fine. And I'm all fine with all of that. But I paid him money to get a copy of his book, Dragon Rage, and he vanished. Yeah, I paid something like $20 to get a copy of his book that he was working on, and he's just gone. And it, again, I don't care that he got religious. That's fine. I mean, if it helps a person go through existence, I got no problems with that. But how'd you get refunded? I wonder if that's possible for me. I can't even remember. It's been so long. Like, it's been more than a year since I paid him. Because he asked me if I'd show his comic book on my channel. I was like, absolutely. I would love to do that. That guy's worked for Image Comics, you know. He was an inker, and he's a really good artist, and he dipped, and I don't fucking know, but I don't got any money, you know. It wasn't a lot. I'm not, like, pissed, but I am pissed. You know, it didn't ruin me or anything by no means, but if I pay you money for a comic... Yeah, he was watching my video. He would jump out on the live streams. In fact, we even did like a co-live stream one time, and he walked us through his art studio. It was really fun, you know? Seemed like a really nice dude. Angels of the Renaissance? I'll 100% show your book, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you paid $35. I don't remember what I paid. I just know it wasn't a lot. I just wanted, like, the basic copy of his book. I don't need, like, all kinds of extras or special cover or anything. All I remember is it seemed like it was just, like, basic cover. And I was excited to get it. He was putting a heart and soul into that thing, and it's gone. It just doesn't exist. So, I don't know. Shit. Might be time for me to... Yeah, Angel of Renaissance. He's got some awesome work. So, yeah, I highly recommend checking out his stuff, but... Yeah, Mr. Angels, yeah, you got a copy of a book. I will 100% show it, dude. Yeah, Sheldon. He's a nice guy. I have nothing against the dude in his personal life and stuff like that, but being responsible has nothing to do with being nice. Yeah. Yeah, Angels. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to show it off, man. But yeah, I'm gonna take off, guys. It's been a little over 2 hours. Gotta wrap up a few things around the house before I go to bed and get back to the grind again. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, everybody. Thank you for stopping in. As always, I really, really, really appreciate it. So MR, Angels, Sheldon, D, anybody else who's listening in still. Yep. Thanks, Angels. Appreciate it.